It's Week 12 of the 2022 season. Coming up, we've got Aaron Rodgers. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Packers and the Eagles on Sunday Night Primetime.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. We welcome everybody again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn and CD. We've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position, to be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun, a very exciting battle headed our way.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the winner of the last two NFL MVP awards, Aaron Rodgers, as he brings his Packers out for their first series of the game.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week: 21 carries, 109 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. Touchdown, Packers! Sammy Watkins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And what a performance he is coming off of. I know that this is a different era of football where we're throwing it around a heck of a lot more, but still, over 500 yards passing.
500.
That's phenomenal, incredible. Let's see if he can take last week's game and carry it forward and have another similar performance.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Sanders has it over the middle. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2nd down and 3. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. He will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Throwing is Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Right back to Sanders on first down. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. And they'll go right back to Gainwell here on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Up the middle they go with Sanders. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And he goes out right around the 39. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at the 39-yard line. They start the drive here with Gainwell. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a first and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The offense on 3rd down tonight. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 11-7. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here. Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Rodgers. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing now is Rodgers. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time. Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception. It's Devontae Smith and the Eagles ready to go on offense. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right? It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way. Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him. Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way, too, because I've got to get coverage in his direction. Hurts gets this to Sanders, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 39. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. 2nd down, back to Sanders. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Another run with Sanders. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now Sanders. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll get this down to the 10. An effective 10 yards there takes us back to 1st down. Now back to throw. Setting up the screen with Gainwell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On the draw, Gainwell. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kenneth Gainwell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Hurts will throw, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Dak Prescott leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And then finally, a Cyber Monday edition of Monday Night Football, as the final game of November is the Steelers and the Colts from Lucas Oil Stadium. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Here's a screen with Gainwell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, Hurts drops this one down to Gainwell. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Running right, this is Gainwell. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Sanders. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 42 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
That's to his running back, complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Gainwell. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. From the 8, it's 3rd and goal. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He couldn't quite find the goal line, but a good run of 8 yards is going to make it an interesting 4th and goal now. They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jack Stoll from a yard out. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, a run with Gainwell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The offense on 3rd down tonight. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And that'll be dumped off to Gainwell. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, again to Gainwell. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 92 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. They're going to look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On the delay, Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And that throw behind his man. He missed it. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution. Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least. No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And he's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jack Stoll, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles have 11-0 in their sights as they add on to their lead. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. From the 27, Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cobb, and he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. That's complete, and once again it's Cobb. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Rodgers again now. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before.
Into a sea of defenders, had intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
The partner under the lights in primetime. This offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Eagles, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as